everyone, and welcome to Club 3, episode 64 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along, and welcome to a third international edition. My Derby County side are on their summer break. We are in the summer of 2030, and my England side are in the World Cup. We got through our group stage against Colombia and Costa Rica with no major problems. Then we knocked out both Ukraine and Holland 3-0 apiece. Ukraine got a man sent off, so that made that slightly easier. And Holland were not quite up to what I thought they would be. But yeah, 2 3-0 wins in the knockout stages so far. The England side won the competition in 2022, so 8 years prior to this. I've only been in charge, this is my first tournament. So we've got some pedigree at the moment. We've got a very decent side, but today we are up against a tricky Argentina side. They might not have, you know, the likes of Messi anymore, but they've certainly got a number of very, very good players. So we're going to have to be very wary of them. So we've got a couple of issues to talk through. Shenton is back from his injury just about, and we are risking him today just because the other options for that right-sided berth are not particularly good in their conditioning right now. We've got Sancho, who's unfortunately going to be out for the next 9 days to 3 weeks, so his tournament could well be over at this point. Unfortunately, usually plays in the attacking midfield left-hand side. And Pavazinho also is out for today. He's suspended for a match just because he picked up too many yellow cards in the competition. We've got a couple more yellow cards that I've put primarily on the bench just to protect them from this game, to see if we can get them through to the semi-finals if we actually manage to beat Argentina. Godfrey's the one that has a yellow card that has to play. So we've rotated the side a little bit again. For example, the likes of Alexander-Arnold, although his match sharpness is great, he's got 88 conditioning. And if I play him in today's game, he won't be fit in time for the next game at all. So I am trying to rotate this side as much as I can in as a positive a way as possible, just to keep everybody as fit, as healthy as I possibly can to reach the latter stages if we can get there. So all of that means that with the injuries that we've got, with the suspension that we've got Dewhurst in goal, we've got Gomez and Godfrey in central defence, we've got James on the right of defence, and left side of defence is Chilwell. We've got Rice, Hayes and Foden in central midfield, with Shenton on the right, Saka on the left and Luca up top, and pretty much everybody else who's fit enough to be on the bench. So let's get into this really, really tricky game against Argentina and see what happens. So we've used the carry straight on from where you left off in the last game. Team talk, a little bit of a response from that. Argentina come in with their 4-2-3-1 formation. We're playing our asymmetric system. Anyway, Saka on the run with the ball and right to the top of the penalty box, and it gets a decent right-footed shot away, but it's straight at the goalkeeper and he clutches it, no major problems. And that's the first opportunity for us, and Argentina get a chance off a free kick whipped in on the right foot, and a header goes straight over the top of the bar, but not by much. We had a little bit of an issue there, and then they got a bit of a sighter, but you can see that we are dominating the attempts at goal, and the possession is fairly even, but look at the attempts at goal is good. We are obviously dominating the movement of the ball up towards the Argentina goal, but it goes to 0-0 at half time. And you can see, as I say, it's fairly even other than those shots at goal. And we're doing pretty well at the moment, I would say. They've been sort of withdrawn to that one opportunity from that free kick. To be honest, we have as well, really. Let's say we're not doing badly. If everyone continues to work hard, we'll win this. Didn't quite get the response I was hoping for, so let's boost them up a little bit and send them back out. I know you've got what it takes. That sort of passionate team talk that a lot of people use to see if we can get some form of reaction from them. That also didn't quite manage it, but anyway, hopefully that will give them the confidence to go and move forward in this second half. You can see that we've got a motivated Luca up top. Other than that, everyone else is pretty much composed and happy. But we are just drifting a little bit into a danger zone. Ooh, in terms of the time period. If a goal goes in now, it's quite a tricky time for a response to come from. So at 58 minutes, it looks like we're going to get a chance down the left-hand side. Cuts it back into Rice, and we play nicely in that triangle again in central midfield. Chilwell on the overlap, and there's a chance for Luca, and he takes it on the second attempt. Header comes in, and it's blocked by the defender, but it falls again nicely to Luca, and he passes it home, should I say, nice and calmly. And we go 1-0 up after 59 minutes. And again, our striking options are really strong. Today it's Luca. Yesterday's episode, it was a Wusu more than anybody. And you can see that whoever it is that plays in that position so far has been getting the goals, which is fantastic. So we are going to go in and see what changes we need to make in a second in terms of personnel. And we are going to have to take Shenton off at this point, I think, just to make sure that we maintain his fitness. So Elliott comes back into the side. And what have we got? We've got to get a little bit of nerves around Saka. We don't have Sancho on the bench, of course, but what we can do is play Greenwood out there. He's not totally natural at it, but he certainly can do it. So we're just going to change him up to an inside forward. And so he can play that role out there. He's got a lot of pace, which is fantastic. We've got a little bit of nerves in Declan Rice, but he's playing quite well. So we're going to leave him there, I think. And we're going to protect Chilwell a little bit and put Thorpe down that left-hand side in defence. Those are the changes we're going to make. I don't feel the need to change and drop back or anything in terms of a defensive structure, just because I think we're controlling the ball reasonably well. And there's a Greenwood attempt at the near post from that corner kick, which nearly got us a second goal, which is fantastic. But Argentina have now set themselves up for another highlight. The highlight continues, and they've taken a whole chunk away from the pitch and got right the way up. An amazing run. Think about that Giggs goal from years ago against Arsenal. That's what it reminded me of. Foden's corners are very, very good. Back post, but this one, as I'm building him up, he makes a bit of a hash of it, and he goes straight to the keeper. And at 78 minutes gone, we're doing okay. I'm reasonably comfortable. I think that the attempts at goal show that we are having a really good game, but Argentina get a chance down the right-hand side, and they've had a couple of siders, but a combination down there of Greenwood and possibly Chilwell, or Thorpe down there now, managed to get the ball and bring it away for us, and Foden rides a tackle there, brings it more centrally. Can he find a pass? He can, off to Thorpe. And where's Thorpe going to send it? He's going to send it back into Foden, who's got a bit more space now. Over the top on the right-hand side for James, running on from the wide position of the fullback. Elliott at the near post, and they managed to clear it. Unfortunate that, really. James gets a decent opportunity in there. Elliott at the near post, but hits that woodwork. Slightly unfortunate, but we get a corner kick. Again, not quite his best because I've built him up now, but Foden delivered, and now Argentina come back at us on the counter-attack. Can we get a foot in? We do. We get enough to get a foot in. And again, it's Argentina with the ball in their right-back area. And are they going to go long over the top? They are. And Godfrey misses out on the challenge, and we have to rely on Dewhurst at the back to make a good save. That was his opportunity to really produce a bit of a good goalkeeping, and he managed it for us at that moment. And so again, it's Argentina piling on the pressure, but we're defending really well and pushing that ball out for another throw-in. But of course, they're continuing the pressure. So let's see where they go this one. They go slightly longer this time, and they get Sosa on the ball, and there's a foul just on the edge of the box, and it's Hayes who brought him down. What are they going to be able to achieve here? I think it's going to be a cross rather than a shot, and the cross comes in, but Dewhurst comes out and claims it just when you need him to dominate his area. He really does so. And are we going to go through? We go through on a 1-0 win. Fantastic. A great opportunity to move into the semi-finals, and an Argentina side who were tough. You can see that the game was even. There was a lot of spread in the possession. We had more shots than they did, but not so many on target as much as I'd like. But we did really, really well to defend really solidly when needed towards the end of that match. So passionately we go in and say, well done. That was a great performance. We're going to come back out, and we're going to check out who England get in our semi-final of the World Cup. And it's getting really close, isn't it, to potentially doing something quite special here. So England win in the quarterfinals. let's see if I can find out who our opponents are for the next round in the semi-final. Here we go, we didn't have to wait long at all. England draw Italy in the semi-final, and it's either Germany versus Brazil or Wales in the second semi-final. The Brazil-Wales match hasn't quite happened yet, but Germany go through in theirs. So far, Italy, England and Germany qualify. Can Wales pull off an upset, or is it going to be Germany-Brazil in that other semi-final? Let's go and see if we can find that out, and then we'll travel towards playing our semi-final in this episode. And even though Brazil got a player sent off, Paulo Victor got sent off in the 81st minute, it didn't matter to them. They still managed to beat Wales 2-1, but a real tight game for them. And all the goals were scored before that player was sent off. So, yeah, Wales did really, really well, didn't they? And then couldn't quite bring it back towards the last 10 minutes of the game when they were down to 10 men, Brazil. But it means that England and Brazil and Germany and Italy make up the semi-finals. So let's go through and play ours against Italy. So here we go for the second game of the episode against Italy in the semi-final, and the cards are stacked against us because this Italian side are very good, but also this is their home tournament. They are the hosts of this World Cup in 2030, so they've got home advantage as well, which is going to be another sort of real big problem for us to overcome. And the third thing that we've got to overcome really is simply that our players are out on their feet. Really, you look through this squad and there's some good match sharpness. Absolutely, there's not a problem there, but it's the conditioning of some of these players. Reece James 79 before the start of the game. We've lost Sancho, of course, to injury. We also today lose Godfrey, who picked up a suspension from those yellow cards that he's picked up. Just one of those things. We've tried to keep everybody rotated and healthy as much as we can. We've had to rotate again a little bit today, so it's a slightly different side. And the players in there that we've got no choice about are, for example, Gomez on 81% conditioning. We've got Elliott on 87 because we have to protect Shenton, who's slightly under that as well. And we've got Saka, who's playing down the left-hand side because, of course, Sancho's injured. So those three players specifically are going to have to pull one out today and put in a real shift to see if we can get through this very, very tricky Italian side. So all of that means that for this particular game, this semi-final of the World Cup, we have Dewhurst in goal. We've got Gray and Gomez in central defence. We've got Alexander-Arnold at right back. We've got Thorpe at left back. Webb, Pavazinho and Appiah in central midfield. Elliott on the right. Saka on the left. And Owusu up top. And everybody else that's either fit enough or not suspended is on the bench. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we asked them to give the fans their money's worth. Easy for me to say. It seemed to stress out the goalkeeper, but other than that, they're doing okay. Italy come in with a 4-1-4-1, quite defensive 4-1. So they have a holding midfielder, and all four of their midfielders are on that central midfield line. No attacking midfielders at all. And let's see how we cope with them off that first free kick in the on the near post, should I say, to where we look at it. We were a bit fortunate, weren't we? They had a decent attempt and we managed to get rid of it eventually. I'm a bit flustered, to be honest. After a couple of minutes, I was hoping for a nice gentle start, but that free kick has got me worried slightly that they've had a sighter already and we have to come out and play better to keep the ball away from them. And there's a good interception by Gray onto Appiah in the centre of midfield. Holds the ball nicely, waits for support, and we put it in the defensive area again just to be able to draw Italians out. Elliott into the box. Can he get a shot or a cross away? He does, but it's well cleared by the Italians, and they come back at us and they put it over the top for Maggio, and a decent effort and a very, very good stop by Dewhurst, and it goes out for a corner kick. But again, the Italians have come to play, haven't they? And they get another opportunity, but they take it out wide right again to get a better angle at it, but it didn't quite work out for them, and the highlight dies. It's all a little bit nervy so far, isn't it? We haven't been able to control the game as much as I'd like. It seems as though we're getting good possession, but those statistics for how many shots we get, none on target yet after 38 minutes of the game. we can see that we are struggling a little bit, but we're still in there at 0-0 leading up to half time. So there's all still to play for again. Couple of bookings for them, one for us. And yeah, you can see we've been dominant in possession, but not so much in terms of what we've created so far, in terms of highlight-worthy things. So let's see if we can get a better response from this team talk. Passionately again, we owe Italy after what happened last time. I don't know what happened last time. I wasn't in charge, I don't think. So that got a more motivated response. Brilliant. Put them back out again. And we're going to have to play through the next 20 minutes or so and then see if we can make a couple of changes just to help some of these players out. Because, yeah, some of them are really out on their feet a little bit, aren't they? So 57 minutes gone. Please get a decent opportunity. So we get a throw in and we put it back. We put it along the right-hand side to Elliot eventually, who cuts in on his left foot. Tries to put it out to the far left-hand side, but doesn't quite manage it. And then there's a mess up with the ball totally. And again, it's Maggio down the left-hand side for Italy. And they have a good chance there for a counter-attack. And again, they've put it over the top. And we are being very, very fortunate with the chances that they've created. That their shooting and heading has been a bit wayward. Alexander-Arnold with a... Now, if there's no offside and I can't see the linesman to see, but if there isn't, I think there is. I think it was obvious. Yeah, I think there was. So it's Alexander-Arnold with the ball in there, and it's that one there. A good header on, but Saka had strayed just into that offside position, and we have to reel in those celebrations a little bit. And it's Italy again down the left-hand side. We get a good headed clearance, and Elliot gets a chance to open up his legs and run at the defence and gets it onto Owusu. No support, has to go alone. Tries to do so, but eventually Donnarumma pushes it wide, and it doesn't quite work out for us. 72 minutes gone. Let's see if we can make a couple of changes here. Saka, we're going to make the same one again for Greenwood on that left-hand side. Elliot, we're going to take out and put Shenton on for the last 15 minutes of the game. I'd love to take Gomez out, but to do it, we kind of have to put Rice in there. It's a bit of a gamble, but I think we need to do it at this point and just protect that Gomez potentially for a potential final if things work out for us. So that's what we're going to do. Now, do we out Italy and go defensive for the last 10 minutes? I think that's what we're going to do. I think, no, I've changed my mind. It's not. It's there for us to try and win. We don't want to cause too many problems of soaking too much pressure up on ourselves. Have we been given a penalty? Has that happened? Appiah went down in the middle of the box. The referee comes over. Now, normally he gives this sort of thing in this kind of context. So I'm really hopeful that in the last few minutes of the game, have we been given a penalty? Referee comes out, makes the VAR symbol, and it's a penalty to England with 8 minutes left of the game. And it'll be, I guess, Foden, is it? Or who is it that's stepping up for this one? No, it's Alexander-Arnold on the penalty, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Oh no! Alexander-Arnold put it right in that bottom right-hand corner, but Donnarumma gets really well down and parries it out for a corner kick. Can we make up for that error from Alexander-Arnold with a good corner kick? And it doesn't really clear the first man, but we get lucky on winning the rebound. Is this going to go into extra time? Not what we need at all. Look at the players' conditioning. I mean, Italy are no better, but even so. And we go into extra time. Please don't tell me we're heading to penalties. Okay, so calmly, we're going to go in. It's time for everyone to dig in and give everything you've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match. That got a reasonable response. Do we get another substitution that we can make? I can't remember what the rules are on that. So let's see if we can make one. If we try and bring Foden on and Appiah off, does it let us? It seemed to let us. Okay, so we've got a fourth substitution in extra time. So that's fantastic. So, yeah, that helps us a lot in bringing Foden in. And that's why, of course, he wasn't on the penalty kick. I've just realised he wasn't on the pitch. Of course it was going to be someone else. Anyway, that's just me getting caught up in what's going on and being a bit edgy because it's so tight. It's so close. Mason Greenwood picks up a knock. Oh, boy. Anyway, he's going to have to play through it. There's nothing else we can do about it. But it's Italy on the break. and we get a couple of players behind the ball, and a good stop by Dewhurst manages to parry it round the corner of the post for another corner kick to Italy, and they're piling on the pressure a little bit in this first period of extra time. But we get half clearance, but again they pick it up, the loose ball on the edge of the box, and come back at us. They find a good looping header from the far post. Zaniolo, I think it was, Zaniolo, and Dewhurst has to push it over the top of the bar again, and it's another pressurised corner kick from Italy. A much better clearance this time, but again they pick up the loose ball. We find the highlight again with them down the left hand side for a throw in their defensive area, so they're going to have to work up their way through our side again. We've set up nicely. Can we get a foot in? Well, we do. Foden, brilliant foot in. Greenwood on the ball, drops it back to Webb. And Webb goes out wide right to Shenton. Can he get a decent cross in? He does, to the near post. And Owusu with a near post strike of the ball. And again, it's those attacking players for us. Owusu and Luca, doesn't matter which one you put there. So far, they've been absolute superstars for us. And it was a great ball by Webb over the top. Shenton runs onto the ball, holds up the play, and at the near post, Owusu cuts across the marker again and lashes it home for a 1-0 lead. And now we are going to out Italy, and that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go into the tactics, and we're going to go into our counter-attacking, not that one, our counter-attacking setup. It looks awful in terms of what the players' markers say, but this is the setup we need to soak up a bit of pressure in the last section of the game and see if we can counter-attack them. We nearly got a second. A good cross comes in and Greenwood sticks out a leg and nearly gets a chance there for another goal. And we're at half time in extra time, and we are going to play what Italy are basically playing with, a more defensive structure. So hopefully this second half of extra time goes by without anything happening at all. Just let's see if we can keep the ball, suppress it, soak up any pressure that they offer us, and then counter-attack on them. I think that's the best way to go. So Foden with a free kick to the far post. We've missed the header, but Rice picks up the loose ball. Please tell me we've got another penalty. It looks like we have. A sending off for Italy with a few minutes left of the game. And was that inside? It was outside the box. It was a free kick just on the edge of the box. Can't get any closer. And it'll be Foden with it. Steps up and has a really great attempt. And Donnarumma has to scramble across and push the ball out. But it was a really great attempt from Foden. And again, it's him on the corner kick. Our set piece guy is back on the pitch. So Foden, left-footed, gets the ball into the near post area, but we lose that first header, and Rice picks up the loose ball again, and we maintain possession, which is fantastic. If Italy don't have the ball, they can't do anything to harm us. And again, it went out for a corner, so we're keeping it right the way down that end of the pitch. And time is ticking by, and we have made it to the final of the World Cup. What a fantastic performance. A 1-0 win, a really dogged win. We got a very good goal, and then we hung on and we defended really, really well. Everybody's given everything to it, and they're out on their feet, but so much credit to them. Congratulations, lads, this is really special. We got to the World Cup final, and it's going to be against either the arch rivals of Germany or Brazil in the final. That's a big showcase, isn't it? So let's see if we can find out who it is that we get drawn against. And it is Brazil in the final. England versus Brazil, World Cup final. We've taken out Ukraine, we've taken out Holland, we took out Argentina, we've taken out Italy in their home tournament, and now we get Brazil in the final. Fantastic. Let's go check in with their key players and see who they've got. Copetti is their key man, 25 years old, right back as a key man, but he is some right back, isn't he? And who else have they got? Militao is still around at the age of 32, and they've got Arthur as their vice captain, good central midfield player. They're going to be really, really tough to beat, aren't they? But we've got as good a chance as anybody has to do so, having played so well in this tournament so far. And let's just get rid of these random promises boxes that need to reset. And so far, this World Cup has gone magnificently well. and there's one more match to come, and that will happen in the very next episode of Rolling in the Isles. I'm not going to do another one today. I don't think my chest and my voice can cope with it, and the pressure of it all is immense, isn't it? You get one chance at a tournament like this potentially, and this is our shout, and it's Brazil in the final. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've really enjoyed this run with the England World Cup campaign. It's been pretty special, hasn't it? There's one more match to come. So thanks for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel and join my United City community if you haven't already. The more the merrier, and come along for the continued ride. We'll be going back into Derby County's Premier League season soon. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, click the like button for me. I'm all flustered, I can't cope. Click the like button for me and help me get seen by lots of other people. Go in the description below and check out my merch store and the skin that I'm using. There's links to that in the description below. But until next time, and a World Cup final, thanks very much for joining. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.